This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain adult language, violence, and sexual themes, as well as shocking revelations. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I are playing the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is called Texas Tea. It was written by Thomas Bailey, who is also our keeper of arcane lore, and this is a one-shot. If you would like to lend us some support, you can visit our Patreon site. It's your kind generosity that keeps us going. So without any further delays, let's begin our journey into the darkness. Thomas?
Okay. And we will start off with a little bit of a news report. And then this oil spill that was being in that news report was about 2 years ago. And of course, Lone Star Petroleum has been doing what it can to have damage control. And so in January of 2024, they started a new initiative that they call then the Gulf Habitat Initiative in order to try to repair things. And Sabrina, you have a news release. If you would read for us, I will give a share of that as well for everyone else, but you should have a copy of it already.
All right. Lone Star Petroleum announces decommissioning and reefing of Spindletop Gamma platform. Lone Star Petroleum today announced its plan to decommission and reef the Spindletop Gamma offshore platform as part of an ongoing commitment to environmental responsibility and marine conservation. The platform, located in the Gulf of Mexico, will be safely decommissioned and sunk in June 2024 to establish a permanent artificial reef approximately 200 miles off the coast of Galveston, Texas. This project is part of Lone Star Petroleum's Gulf Habitat Initiative, which aims to support biodiversity and sustain marine ecosystems in the region. Once submerged, Spindletop Gamma will serve as a critical habitat for fish, coral, and other marine life, providing a foundation for new ecosystems to thrive. The initiative aligns with state and federal artificial reef programs, which have successfully turned decommissioned structures into vibrant marine habitats. Our company recognizes the importance of responsible offshore operations, and we are committed to leaving a positive impact on the Gulf, said Richard Callahan, CEO of Lone Star Petroleum. By converting Spindletop Gamma into an artificial reef, we are not just retiring an aging platform, we are creating an underwater sanctuary that will benefit marine biodiversity for decades to come. The decommissioning process will be carried out under the supervision of environmental specialists and marine biologists, ensuring compliance with all regulatory requirements. The site will be cleared of hazardous materials, and the platform will be safely positioned to maximize ecological benefits. Studies show that artificial reefs significantly enhance fish population and provide safe breeding grounds for numerous species. Lone Star Petroleum is working closely with Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, the TPWD, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the NOAA, and the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management, BOEM, to ensure the reefing process meets all environmental and safety standards. For further updates and product details, please visit www.lonestarpetroleum.tx or contact our media relations team at press@lonestarpetroleum.tx. And it lists the media contacts information at the bottom.
All right. And so that is where it leaves us then, as it is now September of 2024, as you are all on the Spindletop Gamma offshore platform in the process of decommissioning this old offshore platform. And there's about a week before it's actually finally being sunk. And so you guys are in the final preparations for getting everything ready. And so on this Wednesday evening of September of 2024, what is everybody up to?
I'm relaxing. I'm a helicopter pilot. So I'm making popcorn at the moment.
About what time is it?
Kind of around 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
When are we scheduled to blow this place?
Next week.
All right. Mm-hmm. So have we actually set up the charges yet?
Whatever you've done is what you've done.
All right, then I guess I'm checking the charges.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Well, I've been working up overtime, getting things repaired. The last thing we need is a break at the last moment here, and have this all go to hell in a handbasket. So I've been checking everything over once, twice, thrice. Still got a couple more hours to go, and then I'm relaxing.
Okay.
Get long days.
Like Caleb, Sabrina is going around the oil platform, inspecting to make sure everything is in ship shape, that there's not any leaks, that we are meeting all of the current energy standards as it's not decommissioned yet. Being a little neurotic about it and writing down every piece of information I can onto my clipboard.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I'm just going to be going around pretty much doing what little bit of chores there are really to be done. I imagine there is still lightweight cleanup, still, hey, pick up this, move this here, move this there, trying to get what little bit of hours I have before my job's pretty much gone.
Mm-hmm.
So just, yeah.
Killing time till beer 30, right?
They've probably capped off the well already.
Oh, yeah.
And had to clean all of the residue and everything off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I assume we've had like a large crew here working on it too.
Yeah, you guys are basically the skeleton crew finishing thing up. And Casper, your primary job is just to ferry people back and forth between the mainland and the drill and the rig. So
yeah.
Okay. Well, Sonny, you're down and you're doing your kind of inspections. You're kind of looking over your work, double checking, triple checking, as demolitions guys like to do to make sure that nothing untoward happens. As you're going through, though, you start to notice there are a few caps that have been pulled out.
Weird. I'll make a note of that, and check what they're attached to. Is there anything else up with what devices they're attached to?
They're ones that are basically kind of held onto kind of the structural elements, the thing that's ultimately going to have everything sync. So that's kind of what they were connected to, the ones that were removed. Yeah.
Is there anything else up with the charges themselves then?
No, the charges seem to be perfectly fine. It's just like someone has pulled the wires out of the explosive material.
Okay. I'll make a note of those, and their location, and I'm gonna presume I have like a walkie-talkie with somebody and just go and be like, "Hey, anybody come down here and mess some caps on the charges?" And for
Why
what
would we
reason,
do
I may
that?
ask. Exactly.
Yeah, I would be
Don't want to be anywhere near that stuff. So
I've got mine turned down all the way, like I can't hear a thing. I'm just trying not to get extra work right now.
I write things down, but I rarely mess with the equipment unless it's messed up somehow.
Well, whatever. I'll just reattach them and just, keep doing what you were doing then, I guess. And so I'll do just that. Just do the repair necessary.
Okay. All right.
Who the hell would?
I mean,
Oh,
if
no.
everything else is checking out, then yeah.
It's like somebody
mean,
not want the plane to get sunk.
I guess
also
not
stupid.
someone that would be here.
And they're also stupid. I mean, I'm not going to touch explosives. I don't know how to handle them safely.
Yeah, weird. Popcorn.
Popcorn.
Okay.
I'm just hiding behind a barrel, pretty much acting like I'm working, just kind of like laying back a little bit. Like I said, the walkie-talkie dial's all the way down. I can't hear a thing. I'm just trying to stay out of the way of the boss. And everybody keeps trying to put me back to work.
Okay. Sabrina, as you are going about doing your safety checks, making sure everything is taken care of, that looking for any of those last minute chemicals that might have been left behind so they could be put on to a helicopter or whatever, you hear one of the voices that you dread to hear coming up behind you. You hear the voice of Jerry Dwyer, the company man, the guy that represents Lone Star Petroleum. Sabrina, I need to talk to you for a minute.
Oh.
We're supposed to have this thing to next week, but I've gotten some calls from headquarters. They wanted to make sure it's done on Thursday instead, so they can be able to catch the news before it gets buried over the weekend.
Ah, okay. Well, maybe we're actually going to be a little bit closer to the original deadline then. Sure. We can try and hustle things up. I am sure everyone will look forward to doing a little bit of overtime.
Yeah, we're not really going to be approving any overtime. This just needs to get done.
I see. Very typical of Lone Star. She writes something down on a clipboard.
So it won't be an issue then, Sabrina?
No, I'll make sure to bring it up to the rest and it'll get done, but it will still be done safely. We certainly are not going to cut any corners.
Well, of course not. We just need it done on time and under budget. Get it done, Sabrina.
Will do.
All right. Have a good evening.
You too,
And
Jerry.
Then Jerry walks off and heads down the road.
I'll get on the walkie-talkie network, call out. Jerry just stopped by. We're moving up the timeline. We got to get all this done by Thursday. Not paying overtime either. Looks like Lone Star is being a cheapskate on us.
Typical. Sabrina, you do know that you're the only one of us that can tell all that to F off.
Yeah.
We can't do it, but you can.
There's really only so much I can do.
But
Let
you're
me
supposed
check
to
the
be
weather
independent,
forecast.
so
See what it's going to look like for next Thursday.
Yeah, you could
That
tell
is
him
an
maybe the
excellent
blast will
question.
cause some kind of ash cloud or something. The wind
Well, I'm more
patterns.
concerned with getting you guys off the platform.
Mm-hmm.
So
The weather, the last weather report that you received was early this morning, and it said basically clear skies for the next 2 weeks. So it just everything's supposed to be nice and calm for a while. You know, it's September, so temperature still out on the Gulf is still about 70, 80 degrees. So just really, really nice weather.
looks like it's going to be fine for the weather. Um, do we need to take extra trips back and forth to take personnel off, or I don't know what your schedule is going to be like. It's going to be changed because of that Thursday. How many days do we
We're
got?
Basically, you have about 4 more days.
more
Yeah,
days.
went from
I-
a week to 4 days.
I'm working 10 to 12 hour days right now. The we're going to have some filling crew for part of the time if we're going to be running 24 hours.
Unfortunately, yes. Jerry just told me to make sure that it gets done.
I mean, there's got to be some wiggle room, right? You're the only expert they'll really listen to. I mean, they're just going to ask me to blow the
I
place.
told him that we wouldn't cut any corners. So, if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. But we got to try and do it, or else he's going to chew all of us out.
Fair enough.
But
I'll
to be
tell you
honest, I'm
the
not so sure
conditions
how
of the.
much.
Go ahead.
I'm not so sure
That's
how much a negative performance report from Jerry and this godforsaken company is going to affect our careers. Because I don't know, I haven't been getting good vibes.
And he wants it just so that he can get it on the news before the weekend.
That's what he told me.
I mean, I can always
Protocol.
switch to. I mean, I can always. I'm a master welder as well, so I like being out here. I like being on the ocean, and I'm not going to be
What's
fisherman
left?
again. But
What's left to do? How much farther we got? What do we got left?
You have about 5 days worth of work.
What kind of things
4
does the
days.
shutdown include? Like, what kind of activities or tasks might we have left?
Well, there's making sure all of the hazardous material is gone, making sure that the batteries, the final batteries that you guys have been being powered off of, are dismantled so that they don't end up in the lake, or excuse me, in the Gulf. So it's mainly that sort of stuff. It's just getting rid of any final hazardous materials. Because
Guess
yeah,
we
the
can
well's
finish
already
our-
been capped at this point.
Yeah, the well's already been capped. It needs to be cleaned though, right? As much as possible.
Well, yeah, just so that there's no hazardous or contaminant material still on the rig.
Exactly. Exactly.
Don't want
Uh,
to make the artificial reef polluted.
exactly. Most of the systems look like they're doing pretty good, so nothing's likely to blow or cause some sort of problem before that time period is. So I guess I switch over to helping out with the cleanup and stuff like that. That's one more hand to do the actual work.
What's the rig actually powered by? Electric gasoline generator?
No, yeah, normally, yeah, there's basically kind of a diesel fueled generators and then with battery backups. And at the moment, you guys, because of the decontamination, they've kind of offloaded all of the diesel. There's still some diesel in case it's needed, but it's mostly battery powered at the moment.
So, out of curiosity, is our walkie, are they on a single channel of us, just us five?
Or you
Or,
can change your channels. It's a multi-channel walkie-talkie.
well, if I could just share it with like just the five of us, be like, Sabrina, if you wanted to delay this a bit, we could just ask one of the Roughnecks to, hide a little bit of diesel or something somewhere to forget where it is by Thursday.
It's your call. the end of the day, there's only so quickly we can move. Though honestly, if it was one day, finishing up on Friday, they'd still probably be able to catch most of the news rush over the weekend and not get too buried. I don't know. Jerry's directive just screams of a decision made by business suits that have no idea what work's actually like on the ground.
No, of course they don't.
So let me ask a technical question. We've got probably some hazardous material. We've got batteries. We've got the people who are on the station. How do we get these things off? Is there like a boat or a ship that comes that we move all of these batteries and things onto, that all this hazardous waste, and then they take them away?
Right. For the heavier material, yes, there are some supply boats that come on regular intervals over. They would be the same ones that would help supply the rig during normal operations. So they come on a somewhat regular basis. Your helicopter can carry some things, but it does have a weight limit.
Okay. But my helicopter is more of a big helicopter, not just a little
Right.
two-man helicopter.
Right. Yeah, it's one that could easily accommodate 12 passengers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Or it's
So
like
it's
this
big.
stallion or something like that.
Yeah.
And there's cranes, aren't there, on the ship, on the
Right, but the
rig?
cranes would go down with the rig.
But I mean, they could be used to move stuff out
Yeah.
and to
Yeah.
passing supply ship. Okay.
Well, I could try contact the captain of the
Supply ship?
yeah the supply ship. Damn, I know that ship's name, but it's just escaping me right now. Anyway, he was a fisherman for a long time with my father before he retired from that and went into corporate service. Maybe
there's
you could get him to
also
delay
on
things,
board.
maybe.
Also on board, there is the radio operator, Linda Vasquez. She is so she handles a lot of the communications and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Linda, why don't you check and find out what the status is of the supply ship and people like that, find out how their schedules are going.
Okay.
Maybe we
Yeah.
could
Just give
find
me a
something to work
second.
something out.
She gets on the horn in about 15, 20 minutes later. She says, yeah, I was talking to the captain of the Texas Hold'em. They're planning on being here to have a night run, dropping things off probably around 10:30 or so this evening, picking up some things. From what I hear from the captain, they have about a case of some Jim Beam on board that's compliments of Lone Star Petroleum.
Okay. And okay, well, maybe not this run then, but maybe next run we can suggest for them to come up with a reason to be late.
Okay. So you guys kind of go about your business and kind of doing your work as efficiently or inefficiently as you so desire. And around 9 o'clock or so, Linda gets back on the on kind of the station-wide radio system, just to kind of the PA system, and says, "Yeah, folks, I've just got a strange weather report in. Somehow a bit of a squall is heading directly our way. We're expecting to get some nasty weather in about the next 10 minutes. The weather service is a bit perplexed at how that happened, so I suggest we batten down the hatches, head to bed, and I'll help you out." And she puts on the radio, and it starts playing Riders on the Storm by The Doors. And she turns up the volume as it blares across the
Crank it
rig.
up.
You see me just kind of like stand up, do a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I'm not a Doors fan. I'm going to go secure the
Listen.
helicopter, make sure that it can't
Okay. Yeah, strap it down and whatnot.
Yeah, if there's
Okay.
anything I could do to check that the explosives are gonna stay there over a storm, I'm definitely gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you should do that, or should you just bring them in?
It's a good question.
Bring them in.
That's a question that
all
I
in.
would probably know the answer to.
You would know to undo all of the work you've done would take you several hours.
Sounds about right.
Okay. All right. Let's go
could
back.
probably
Okay, let's get
remove,
those
like,
cranes.
the
Let's get those
cabs.
cranes secured. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But yeah,
So you
like they
guys
said the caps. Yeah.
you guys lock everything down, batten down the hatches, as they say, and kind of prepare things for the incoming storm that begins to happen. And almost exactly 10 minutes after when Linda announced that about 10 minutes it was coming in, almost to the second, there is this massive storm and waves just kind of start bashing up against the rig. There's not a whole lot you guys can do, and you begin the process then of, since everything is secured, you head in for the night. Is anyone wanting to stay up to be a bit of a night owl, or are you wanting to turn in and get an early start the next morning?
Well, I'm finishing the movie that I've been watching.
Okay.
What are you watching?
I knew you were going to ask me that. Wicked. Oh no, it's not out yet. Damn it. I don't know what came out last year. That movie. You want to know one of those movies? Okay, I don't know.
I'd recommend The Abyss, but you know.
We've seen that so many times.
Times.
Uh,
Yeah. All right. I feel like
Wait,
winding
what's
down
the-
a little bit.
what's the one with? Is it Mark Wahlberg on the oil rig?
Deepwater Horizon,
Deepwater
yeah.
Horizon?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
follow. Oh, it's what we're watching. How horrible.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna go try to raid whatever I guess mess hall kitchen we have. That would be typical. So like I imagine there's not real food there. It's mostly probably just trash, like junk food, Lay's potato chips, things like that. I'm just grabbing like a couple of handfuls, things like that, and a couple of beers, and I'm just going to the next like sofa or something just to kind of crash down on and just start shoving in chips and beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right then.
Good part.
Yep. So everyone then kind of does their thing, gets ready for bed, goes to sleep, stays up as late as they want, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like everybody to give me the first roll of the night is going to be a luck roll from everyone.
Ugh.
I forgot to roll for my luck.
Sabrina, did you say you failed?
23.
85 over 55 failure.
Okay.
33 over 50.
23 over
23 under
55.
50.
86 over 60.
So you failed as well?
Yeah, I failed.
Okay, so I've got Sabrina and Colton both failed then, yes? Okay. Both of you who failed, Sabrina and Colton, I'd like both of you to give me POW rolls, if you don't mind.
Oh no.
We're starting off early.
I got a regular success.
Regular success. Excellent. Colton?
I got a failure, just a regular
You got a-
failure.
You got a failure. Okay. All right. So, Sabrina, you have some weird dreams. It's actually kind of those alien abduction dreams where you're getting probed, little green men, strange bulbous heads, those sorts of things. But when you wake up the next morning, you kind of feel rather refreshed.
Noted.
Okay. So, as the next morning, rain seems to have stopped.
Cool. I probably went ahead and made breakfast since we took Cook back a couple of days ago.
Okay. Yeah, there's some powdered eggs, some powdered milk, that sort of stuff that you can mix up. And there's some
Omelets. I'll
turkey
make
bacon.
omelets.
Some turkey bacon in there, too.
Oh,
I have real
Enjoying
bacon. Are you
the,
kidding me?
Turkey
Remember the-
bacon and powdered eggs at breakfast. Sabrina definitely looks like a little out of it. Little not quite at the top of her game.
With a little cheese and a little powdered eggs and milk, you can make scrambled eggs. Might as well. It's just the water that's missing.
I mean, it all goes down the same, but come on, like, just
Yeah.
Well, sorry, our gourmet chef is no longer with us. He's gone already.
I don't know
They
what
weren't
you're all
gonna
talking
pay
about.
him.
This is pretty good.
gourmet. I could just go for some
Thank
Sonic
you.
or something right now. Just I don't know, just like anything, or like, oh God, how long has it been since I've had tater tots?
Yeah.
She uses this as a motivation to get this wrapped up
Yeah.
quickly.
Casper, do what you can. That's all we can ask.
There's hot coffee. So
There is coffee,
Right.
instant coffee.
There is
But yeah,
coffee.
there's
That's-
coffee.
Okay. But whatever, there's coffee.
One of the
Coffee
things
heals
you,
all.
one of the things you notice, though, as you guys are going about your business in the morning, doing your morning ablutions, making a little bit of quote unquote breakfast, you notice that Linda hasn't done her morning announcements because she usually plays a little music in the morning, gives you the weather report, but you've not heard from Linda this morning over the PA system.
now what's up with that?
That's
Yeah, I was
weird.
surprised
She's
we're not
normally
listening to
pretty
the Eagles
timely.
this morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. She just loves that so-called classic rock.
Yeah, pretty
Take
much.
it to the limit. Take it to.
I swear to God, Casper, you do that one more time.
She's got like 6 songs that she plays over and over and over again.
Yeah, that's true.
Remember that
It's like-
time?
At least not any of that new crap.
You remember that time about like 2 months ago when she got on that kick of putting on like a closing time
Oh,
right after like
God,
a 14-hour
yes.
shift?
Yeah.
I swear to God, I saw nothing but red when that was going on. I was about to set this whole place on fire.
She pretends to be perky, but she's not perky.
Remember that week where she played nothing but Tom Petty?
But you know what?
Yeah,
It's
I
her
only like
job.
about half his songs.
That's not that bad. I mean, like I could be a
I mean,
refugee.
it's Tom Petty, but a full week? Ugh.
Should
It reminds me of when I worked as a bartender.
Should somebody go check on her? She's been pretty consistent. Maybe
Yeah.
she'll
Yeah, I'll go.
I've got a
go
question.
give
What
it
does
a
she
look.
look like?
She's kind of a heavy-set woman in her late 30s, dark hair, kind of green eyes.
Colton doesn't go look.
Anyone want to join me, or are the
Yeah,
powdered eggs?
I'll join you.
I got to clean up the kitchen.
I'm gonna go check on the charges once more in the morning.
Yeah.
Make sure none of them blew off.
Sabrina and Caleb, as you kind of move and make your way over to go check for Linda, and also Sonny, you notice this as well as you're both kind of heading outside of the area. When you go outside, the sky is gray.
Like
There are no
over-
clouds. You don't really see the sun. It's just more this grayness all surrounding you.
So, like, if there was a intense fog almost?
Not even, no, it's not hazy like a fog. It's just the sky is gray.
It's not like the kind of gray when the ozone layer is thin gray.
However you want
You
to
still see the
interpret
sun.
it, you really no, but
Yeah.
you don't see the sun. You don't see a sun.
Yeah, but we don't see the sun, so
There's light out
Oh.
there, so you're able to see, but you
Yeah.
don't see the big ball of yellow, and the sky is gray.
Does it smell like rain?
what time of day is it?
It's the morning.
What-
It's
morning,
6, 7
so-
o'clock in the morning. Sun should be up by this time.
Yeah, it should be up. Should be right over there.
Hey, Sabrina, you're the
Wow.
environmental expert. This
Yeah.
is like weird weather.
I think now, as an environmental inspector, I feel like this is a field of science that I might have a decent grip on, is meteorology, which I think I'm going to make one of my 50% skills. Have I ever seen or read anything about, just gray skies with no clouds, or because that seems a little bit unusual?
Give me a roll.
Ooh, 45 under 50. Regular
45.
success.
All right. I mean, because you do know that the color of the sky is based upon the refraction of the light, through the ozone layer and all of that, and through the chemicals that exist in the atmosphere. And that's the only way that you would know that things would have changed is something, the light is refracting in a different way. But you don't know of anything that you've ever read in any book that would explain why it would necessarily be gray.
Theoretically, I can understand how this would be happening, but I've never heard of any recorded instances of the refractions of light leading to this specific shade. Ooh, this might be a new discovery. Quick, let's take some pictures.
And I will give you this as well, Sabrina. As you're going about kind of taking pictures, you notice the Gulf waters beneath you, there's no waves, and they're pitch black with no reflection.
That is very strange.
I think that gives me a sand roll for that one, too.
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about?
I succeeded in the sand roll.
All right, just take one off.
Okay.
Youch. I'm gonna call on the radio.
Okay,
Hey,
take one off.
you guys see the seas?
I'm gonna
There's
walk
no
outside.
waves.
You mean the big wet thing?
A big calm after a big storm.
It doesn't. It's calm.
It's black.
I think it's just
calm.
like a high haze, like a, maybe it's just a cloud layer up above us that's blocking out the sun. I mean, it's obviously light. The ocean is too calm.
We might just be being a bit paranoid. Maybe if someone just checks on Linda, and this might clear up later in the day.
Let's check on her. Let's check on her first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just walking out. You said the water is looking black, like pitch black.
It's like black ink, but it's non-reflective.
Oh shit. I'm thinking oil, like immediately.
No, there'd be a sheen. There'd be a sheen.
So how can we tell that it's water? It might just look like black. We can't see any.
We could drop something overboard, something that we wouldn't really miss.
We're not supposed to do that, though. Sabrina will kill us.
I mean, if we have a rock, I don't think Sabrina will mind.
Well, I would say you do know that there is kind of because the rig does have a submersible. So there is kind of a wet area that you can get down onto a lower level to be, because you would need a submersible to be able to check the pipes and things that are beneath the the rig.
So I guess since I was going down to check the charges anyway, I can check that.
We can't
just get a closer look.
See the water lapping up against the.
There is no movement on the water. It is perfectly still.
Oh, fuck it. I'm going to grab an orange and chuck it out into the water. I mean, it's biodegradable,
We have powdered
right?
eggs, but fresh oranges.
Well, it's not that fresh, but
it's been in the refrigerator for 6 weeks.
It just got a little green fuzz on it. Okay. So Casper, you toss that orange out there, and it lands with a thud, and then it just kind of slowly descends down, but there's no ripple.
And it's like it's viscous, like it's solid, or
it would
water?
be similar to a Newtonian fluid, a non-Newtonian fluid.
What the hell?
Do we all see this, or
Sabrina,
who sees this? Just him?
You get a water sample. I'm gonna go check on. I'll go do the check.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a lift down to try and get closer to the water level and take a sample. This is very concerning.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe
we're not the only ones on the boat or on the rig, right?
There are you guys. There is also Jerry Dwyer, your company man, and there is Linda Vasquez, the radio operator.
Of course, we haven't
Anyone
seen any
move-
of them this morning.
No, you haven't. You haven't seen. Well, you guys normally don't seek out Jerry, and Jerry knows that you guys don't like him, so he tends to have breakfast after you guys have breakfast.
Go check on a radio girl.
Yeah, I'm checking.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, why don't we just call out on the radio?
No
Well, that's her
response.
job.
Yeah, we already.
It's the only job she gets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, question. Have we used the radios to communicate amongst ourselves?
Last
Those are
night you did, yeah.
walkie-talkies.
I mean, this morning. We haven't done that yet?
Okay.
We
Yeah,
didn't
you're
really
right. Let's
need
test
to.
them real quick. Let's test them real quick.
Hey, copy? You there?
Copy.
There's static, but you are able to hear each other.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Jerry. It's Jerry Dyer or Dryer, right?
Jerry Dwyer, yeah.
Jerry Dwyer. Hey, Jerry, you there?
No response.
Linda.
No response.
Go check. Go check.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah.
Okay.
What the hell?
So Caleb, so I've got Caleb is going up to check for Linda. I've got Sabrina's
Right.
heading down to get a water sample. What is everyone else doing? Oh, so Sonny, you're looking after your caps, your explosives, right?
Yeah, I was going to do that and then, presuming I finish before Sabrina, go down and join her.
Okay.
I'm curious. Like, no one's answering. But do we have like a place where you could look at like I don't know, could they be malfunctioning, messing up? Would there be any way to tell like the walkie-talkies are messed up or something like that?
Well, you were just able to communicate with each other. There was static in the line that wasn't there last night, but you were able to communicate with each other just now.
Okay. I'm gonna go look for Jerry. I guess we're looking for. I'm gonna go look for Jerry. You guys go find Linda. Whatever.
I'm going to stay
start
here.
walking.
I'm outside the galley on the rig looking down at the water,
Okay.
trying to figure out if it's some sort of atmospheric disturbance,
Okay.
something is.
All right. Casper, while you're looking, go ahead and give me a spot hidden roll if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, 83. Oh, wait. Let's see. Now, I'm definitely going to put, let's see, I'm going to put 60 in there.
Okay.
And I'll spend 23 points of luck.
All right.
Youch.
Luck.
Casper. Well, it's a
Gotta
one
get
shot. You
burned.
might as well. Casper, as you're kind of looking at the water, you see what looks like about a 15-foot fin come up out of the water and go back down.
Whale of vertical fin or this kind of fin?
Vertical fin.
Like a fish. Holy shit.
Big shark.
Big
In
fish,
Texas?
I yell.
Okay.
Shark? Shark, you'd probably see two fins.
Let's jump to Colton as he was going to go check on Jerry. You get to Jerry's room. You try the door; it's locked, but you do hear the shower running inside.
Okay. I just kind of knock on the door for your fucking joke.
Okay.
Jerry.
As you knock on the door, you notice as you're kind of banging, and he's not seeming to answer. But the next thing you know, your hand kind of transmorphs into something much more solid and actually punctures through the door and then immediately goes back to its normal form.
What the hell? What do you mean transmorphs? Like, did it just turn into a hammer?
Yeah, basically.
That's a sanity check, right?
That is a
'Cause, like,
sanity
that's-
check, yeah. It's kind of a crude shaped hammer, but yeah.
But it went back, right?
They went back, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What is my sanity? That's a hard success.
Okay.
Okay.
So you succeeded. Just take a point off.
Point. Okay.
but there is a hole now in Jerry's door, and you can see in. There's blood on the floor in there.
I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm looking down. Jerry! And I just walk in there and I'm just kind of looking around and I'm trying to step over the blood or around it. Like I'm not trying to touch it. But at the same time, like I'm weirded out and I'm reflexively just flexing my hand just constantly and looking for him.
As you look in, because you hear the shower running, I'm assuming, are you heading towards the bathroom area?
Yeah, whatever bathroom area they have. Like I'm just going over there and I'm like, I'm not even knocking at this point. Like I'm kind of scared it's going to happen again. I just kind of just like push the door open a little bit.
Right. You see this bit of kind of a pile of what looks like some sort of palish mass that's lying on the ground outside the shower.
Palish, like clear jello.
Well, do you want to move a little closer and take a look?
I take kind of like a half, or how well do I see it? That's what I'm trying to, like, I don't want to be all up on it because I'm already kind of weirded out.
Well, I mean, to be able to see it, you'd have to be at the door of the bathroom, and so you're probably about 3-4 feet away from it.
I'll take kind of like a step forward just to kind of look at it, just hesitantly, just barely taking like a step forward. But if I need to, like, to rock back.
Yeah, as you notice and look, you can tell that on one piece of this mass, there appears to be what looks similar to a tattoo that Jerry used to have on his forearm of an anchor and his old naval ship.
I'm just, what the fuck? And his clothes, I imagine, is there anything else in here? It's just like a pile of jelly or...
It's, well, if you want to pay a little bit more closer look at it, if you want to go in and it just, right now, it just looks like this mass of pale substance of something. Flesh colored, I should say.
Does he have like a hanger or a walking stick or something nearby, like something I can poke it
There'd
with?
be a broom. Sure, there'd be a broom.
I just kind of reach over for a broom and I reach out to it, just kind of like poke it or lift up the flaps, if they're flaps of folds or whatever.
All right. As you lift it up, and this will require another sand roll because you're lifting up the skin of Jerry. The body is missing. It is just the skin of Jerry.
Well, I'll do the sand roll, but I'm going to yell, Jesus fucking Christ, and just drop it. And, oh God, my sanity was 59 and I rolled a 60.
All right. Give me a D3.
Yeah, it's been luck on luck, a D3.
Yeah.
D3 is 6.5. 2.
Okay.
So, okay. Yeah, I'm screaming and I'm going like, Jesus fucking Christ. And I'm jumping back and like, I imagine I'm knocking shit over as well. Like I'm not being careful. I'm just knocking stuff over. And like, I'm running outside and I'm screaming, everybody, fuck, somebody, everybody. And I'm just screaming.
Okay. And before we get to that, we have to jump over to Caleb, as Caleb was going to take a look and try to find Linda. Linda, as you're heading towards kind of the radio tower, kind of the operating control up there, you get up there and you notice, similar to what Colton saw, there's blood on the floor there in the radio control room. You do not find a body, but you do see a significant amount of blood.
Is it, I mean, so not like somebody just cut their hand or something like that, or no?
It basically looks like about half the amount of blood that a person has in their body.
Okay. I'm taking that's a sanity roll.
Sure, why not?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming you did, so okay, I passed that one.
Just take a point.
Okay. All right. And the whittling down starts. Okay. I'll call them come. Guys, guys, she's not here, but there's blood. I mean, like a lot of blood. Like if we don't find her, I don't know what happened, but it looks like to me if we don't find her, she's going to bleed out pretty soon. We got to find her.
And before they have an opportunity to respond, though, I do want to jump over to Sabrina, as because all this is kind of happening at about the same time. So, Sabrina, you're making your way down in the elevator down to kind of the water locker area to get your sample. And when you get down there, you do notice kind of the airlock area. You kind of go in and enter in, and the water down here at the pool where you can kind of go in is again just as calm as anything can possibly be, and as black as ink, and has absolutely no reflective light to it whatsoever.
Okay, so I'm going to carefully try and dip like a test tube or something, or some sort of retrieval uh, utensil to try and just carefully scoop some and put into a container.
Okay. First off, give me a listen roll while you're at it.
Okay, so listen. I think I'm going to make that one of my 50s
Okay.
as well. I am not listening. No, I got a 97.
Okay. Alrighty. Whew. So you dip like a test tube type of thing in to try to get a sample of the water. One of the things that you notice is you kind of pull it out. You're able to fill up the vial, but you start to notice that the glass itself seems to start to bubble. The glass of the test tube, and you're pretty certain it's whatever it is starting to eat the glass.
Hey,
Dissolve it, I should say.
yeah,
I should say dissolve it.
I'll hold it a little bit away from me so it doesn't drip down and get me, but I don't want to let go until I see it like actually eat through with my own two eyes.
Okay. It takes about a minute and a half, and you start to notice that there is a drip coming of this black, whatever it is, dripping out of the bottom of the test tube.
Huh. Problematic. Can't really analyze something if it's just gonna eat away all of my utensils. Okay,
Well,
with that,
I would say you do know this as being a scientist, is that typically people put glass usually doesn't have an issue when it comes to things that are acidic. That seems to be one of the things you can hold it in. But you know that the ground that you're walking on currently is metal, but your whole building, your whole infrastructure is sitting in this goo or whatever it is, and it is not dissolving though.
interesting. I'm going to get on the radio and call out, trying to take a sample of this water. It's eating through my test tubes.
That doesn't
Seems to
sound
be
possible.
highly acidic somehow. So I'm not going to really have an opportunity to look at it. Weirdly, it doesn't seem to be melting the metal support structures. So maybe if we can find a metal container, I can use that to extract some of this stuff. But this is very, very strange.
You're broadcasting this to all of us.
Yeah, on the radio.
Um, does it smell?
Does
I
it?
will say this, Sabrina, as you're thinking about, this desire to kind of analyze it a little bit more, um, your eyes begin the process of magnifying the liquid that's in the container to its atomic level.
I am seeing atoms.
You're seeing atoms.
That's kind of fucked up.
And then your eyes start to adjust back and move themselves back out again to normal vision.
I assume that's a sand roll of some
That
kind.
is a sand roll of some kind, yes.
Um, ooh, no, that's a failure.
All right, D3.
And that is 2 sand down the drain. Okay, yeah, that takes me off guard. Um, everyone else probably hears the sounds of, like you drop a radio or it impacts something and there's like a burst of static. Everyone else hears that.
By now, we probably hear Colton screaming.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Colton's doing his thing, Caleb's doing his thing, and Sabrina is doing her thing.
I'm going to head towards where I hear Colton yelling.
Same thing.
Okay. So Casper and Sonny, you're heading towards Colton.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You get there. It doesn't take you too long. I mean, it's a big place, but it's not that big. So just takes you maybe 4 or 5 minutes to get to the area. So, and you see, kind of as already described, there's a little bit of a blood trail in Jerry's room, and there is a big pile of skin of Jerry in the bathroom.
What the fuck?
Also, right next to it's going to be a little pile of chips and beer vomit. Just that.
That's so
What?
crude.
Forgot to mention that. Yeah, everything got messed up, and it was just like, he's freaked. Yeah.
Does it look like his insides were torn out? Is it frayed or torn up skin, or is it like you could blow it up with a balloon?
I'll tell you what. Give me either a spot hidden or some sort of medicine or first aid roll.
What? He doesn't have to get a sanity roll after seeing that?
I will. Yeah.
Anyone who
this
sees
guy
it
and
needs
slurped him down.
Anyone who sees it needs a sand roll. Yeah.
I got a 10 out
I
of
know that felt.
55.
A 10 out of 55. All right.
Oh, wait a second. This is not I'm looking at my last night's character. I actually got a 10 out of 60. So
10 out of 10 out of 60, 10 out of 55. It's all the same. It looks like someone has done a precision job of skinning something.
Oh, okay. Now I'll do my sanity.
I failed my sanity, by the way, and took 3.
D3, yeah.
I passed.
Okay, just take 1 then.
What the hell?
I'm literally screaming, who the fuck skinned and like skunked Jerry? Like he's gone. Like
I mean,
gone.
Does he still have
I mean,
bones?
We all thought
Is
he was
he-
a snake, but Jesus
Any-
Christ.
Do you folks?
Now I can hear Caleb screaming from the other side of the.
Everybody's screaming.
Yeah,
Maniacal laughter and
pretty
screaming.
much. It's like if you folks tell me that what you saw is like I said, okay, we can't help him. Somebody get up here. We got to find her. Come on.
What the hell happened to him? Like, where is he? Like, I mean,
I don't know why you're asking me and expecting me to explain that. Like, we'll have to
I
figure
don't
it out.
care who explains it. Someone.
Is there
You expect
blood
us to
trail?
know?
Is there a blood trail going out of Jerry's
Yeah,
room? And
It's
somewhere?
just in the room. It's just in the room itself.
that's what I'm looking for too. Is that
Where's
it's
the
like you
body?
said, there's blood and blood trail, but no body. What's
For Linda, it's just a whole shitload of blood in the radio room. There's no body. There's nothing else. It's just a couple of liters of blood.
I was going to ask for
no,
Jerry.
No trail. Yeah.
For Jerry, what did he have bones still in him?
It's
Like-
just the skin. It is just the skin.
His
there
body is missing with the bones.
You said there was some blood, but does it look like there's enough blood for someone to have just like took
Exit the skin suit.
off of someone.
There's no
Yeah.
trail.
There's no trail, and it's not like he bled out here either.
Well, wait a second.
Unlike with what Caleb found, it looks like somebody bled out, obviously. But there's blood there, but it's not it's not as much as what Caleb is seeing.
Okay.
Somebody
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't. Oh, okay.
Somebody on this rig is a psychopath murderer.
Well, hold on. I mean,
Wait, how big was
if Jerry's not here and he took off his skin, like, shouldn't there be bloody footprints going around here? Is there anything like
There's
that?
Nothing.
We're careful.
But
We don't know how
does
the
the company
murderer
spy
did it,
on-
but
Yeah.
Colin, when you got here, the door was locked, right? That's what you told us?
it was shut. It wasn't even really locked. I just like I
not sure you
knocked
can
on-
lock doors on a rig like this. It's
I knocked on it. I'm not saying anything about the hand. I knocked on it and it opened. There blood on the floor. There was like some shit. Like there was showers going, and I'm yelling, "Jerry, Jerry, where the fuck are you, Jerry?"
Well,
And I go in there, and
LaRue said something about there being acid or something. I think we all need to reconvene up by the galley.
it might be worth we just give the whole rig a search if Jerry and Linda
Yeah.
are still on here.
Yeah, we
I
need
don't
to
know about that
research-
rest of you guys. I want Casper to get me the hell out of here.
Well, we got to talk together. Let's get together. Let's get everybody together in one place.
Yeah. Tom, does the company spy on us in public places? Are there like cameras in the public places?
Yeah. I mean, they would have cameras around just for safety measures and things like that. Yeah.
So we could access
21st
those.
century, baby.
Yeah, access those at least for the radio room. Probably not.
Yeah, they
for-
would. Yeah, they wouldn't be in personal rooms because that would be a little too much. But yeah, you'd have in other places, hallways and things like that. And yeah, the radio control room certainly would have a camera in there.
Yeah.
If they're still active currently. That's using up battery power at this point.
I know I hate asking this again.
It does-
but just how
that doesn't
big was
take much.
Jerry? Was he a big guy? Like
Jerry
big?
was about 6'1" and about 280 pounds. He wasn't muscle. Let's put it that way.
It's still, it's not little.
That's a heavy dude.
Big guy,
Yeah.
big guy, but not necessarily strong, but just a big guy.
Still 280 pounds of like man, and there's about only 15 of them left in the restroom.
Then where did it go?
Actually,
mean-
that's a good question. That shower, was it still running? Did Colton turn that off by the time we got there?
I didn't touch a damn thing.
So the shower was still running when you guys arrived. Then yeah.
Well, since we've already heard from Sabrina what's going on with the water, I don't know how the water supply on a rig works myself, but it might be a good course of action to see if the water is like melting anything.
Yeah.
A
In the
reserve
shower?
tank of something.
The melted, yeah, you
Well,
have
they
a,
have
you
a-
have a large tank, but when that runs
Desalinization.
low, they do the desalinization process to get it out of the area
Right.
where you're at.
Well, okay, so is there anything weird going on with the shower? With the water itself,
currently.
I guess.
Not currently. It's no longer hot water coming out, but it is cold water being pulled out. So basically, the hot water heaters run empty.
Okay,
Turn it off. Turn it off.
yeah, I'm gonna like carefully just kind of graze the water just to get a feel for it and then turn it off. Like
Just
kind of
feels
just
cold.
fingertip. Okay.
Just feels cold.
Caleb, what did you find?
I'm telling you, it's like there's a
Blood?
like blood about to, I'd say if we don't find Linda soon, she's going to bleed out totally. But she's not
Is-
here.
Is there a trail?
There's no trail, just the big spot of blood.
What the fuck?
I don't know how she could have. If she wandered off, she would have had to have left a trail. If somebody took her, I suppose they could do something, but still, it'd be hard.
Well, I
Can
mean,
we-
we're missing
I'm gonna-
trails.
Yeah,
Maybe-
Can we please
I'm gonna
all
check
get
the-
together in one place?
Yeah, let's
Something
get together
weird's
in one
going on.
place. We need to check there'll be cameras on Linda's location. We can find out what the hell's going on.
What's Sabrina doing?
So in the aftermath, after I've gotten a bit of gotten a grip on my bearings after just the shock of all that, I will pick the radio up, um, and probably call out to everyone else. I can't get a sample of this. Where's everyone's locations? Should we meet up in
We're
the
all
mess
heading
hall
for
as I'm
we're
like
heading
going up
back
the
for the
lift?
mess hall. Yeah, we're heading for
Copy
the mess
that.
hall.
So I'll go up the lift, the intention of then heading towards the mess hall. Keeping in the
I'll
back
ask
of my
her.
head that they've probably got like covered saucepans that are made of metal in there, and like might be able to take one of those to go and get another because I'm starting to tunnel vision a little bit on
Yeah, you can collect
analyzing
it
the
that way,
sample,
scrape
but
it
I don't
onto a
know
piece of
about
metal,
the
and put the piece of metal under the microscope.
yeah, I don't know about the whole being skinned and blood everywhere bit as of yet, but I'll start heading towards the mess hall.
Okay. Well, Sabrina, actually, go ahead and give me an edu roll while you're heading up the lift.
Regular success.
Regular success. All right. Because as I said, you saw that material at a atomic level. You know it does not fit any material that you know that's on the periodical table of elements.
Sounds like I just discovered Sabrinium.
Wait
Wouldn't it
until
be
you
like
see what it does to
beryllium?
things before you decide whether you want to be named.
Okay. But you guys all gather then in the mess hall.
Is there liquor here?
The supply ship never arrived with the case of Jim Beam, but there would be still a little bit, maybe. Well, it depends on how many of the beers you drank last night, Colton. There was only
I don't
six
want
pack
beer.
left. There was only six
I,
pack left.
I don't want beer. I want liquor.
There's no liquor.
Uh, yeah. So I guess I'm at this point, like I'm over there finding. I might have left like half a warm beer, like just that's been sitting out overnight. Like I'm just going
Oh,
around and I'm just trying to find it, and I'm just like I'm putting it
Oh,
down.
Oh,
so
come
what?
on!
the nightstand beer.
Didn't John leave some of his homebrew for us when he left?
I don't know. What do we know so far? We've got two missing people with blood and
And no
skin.
sign of
Blood.
a trail
Oh
or how they
dear.
might have gone
What have
around.
what have you guys been up to?
Well, we'll tell you the whole story that we told you.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's amazing.
And you say the stuff's like acid, eats through glass.
Yeah, this substance, and it doesn't resemble any kind of element or compound I've ever seen on the periodic table based on what I've seen so far. I'm not telling them about the like seeing atoms bit. I don't want them to think I'm crazy.
Well, well, look, I think maybe I know this is crazy, everything since we woke up, but if I think
Start
what we
pinching
need to do
myself.
is we just need to go and search the rig. If we don't find Jerry or Linda and the helicopter still works, it's only us we need to take care of, and we might as well just blow this joint.
So
We can go look
Excuse
for
the
Linda,
pun.
but we're not going to find Jerry. Jerry's gone.
I mean, Jerry's
Like,
got no
it-
skin, but I don't know, he might
It's
be.
not like he just left it behind. It's not like it's a coat. He didn't just like accidentally forget his skin in the shower. Like, oops, I need to get really clean and just.
I mean,
like,
have
took
you
too hot of
seen-
a shower?
Have you seen someone drop their skin like that before?
That's the fucking point. No.
Yeah. So we don't know. This
No,
shit's scary,
the-
man.
The thing that
So-
we've got to consider too is that somebody on this rig is a psychopath.
Yeah. We don't go anywhere
Yeah.
individually from now on.
Yeah, we stick together.
You
I
said we're,
suggest
like,
we
the mess
start
hall.
with Linda, start with the radio room. To take a look at the log, see when the last time she called. At least we'll get a timetable from that,
We could see
and
if
then
somebody
go
came
check
up
the
behind her.
cameras. Yeah.
Yeah.
Casper,
yeah, where is the security footage held? Is there a security room?
There would be Not necessarily security room. It'd just be you could go to the control center there on the rig itself. They kind of keep all that stuff there.
Casper, could you check the chopper, make sure it's still operable?
Not by myself.
I'll go with it if you want.
Yeah, you could be the murderer. If we check,
have
we're going to
life-
all
Yeah.
check together.
Because
we
this
have,
is
like, life
the
bones.
dilemma here, in that Jerry's been skinned. Linda is MIA with evidence of a struggle.
Maybe
There
she
was
did it.
no one else. I mean, yeah, but it still
come
could
on.
be one of us. I don't feel comfortable in any one-on-one situations.
All right,
Because somebody
so,
undid Sonny's explosives too.
right,
Mhm.
Or
yeah,
was starting
that's true.
to.
Wait, what?
I mean, yeah. Were you not listening, Colton, or did you just forget?
the fuck are you talking about? Like someone like
I radioed in. Did you know about this?
He
Why
was
am I
probably
asking?
sleeping behind a drum.
Oh,
Well,
there's
yeah.
no
Look,
point over
Col-
here to like shame me for my hard work
I'm
right
not-
now,
look,
Casper.
I'm
People
not- I'm
are
not-
dead
Col-
and gone.
Colton, it's like turn on your damn radio from now on.
Let's.
Look, as long as you didn't mess with them, Colton, then we're good. All right. I fixed them. I checked them this morning. They're still good to go.
So someone's going around breaking shit and ripping people out of their skins.
Sabrina, could this be some kind of an environmental thing? I mean, maybe the cap's blue and the
Why
water's
the hell
all
is the
mixed
sky
with.
gray?
I don't know.
I don't have, so I can understand theoretically how the sky would be gray based on the refraction of light, but there has never been any documented case of it playing out like that. I am henceforth dubbing it the Sabrina phenomenon.
But isn't the sky blue because of the reflection of the ocean? But why the hell is it
No,
not black?
it's
No,
the water
no.
water vapor that makes it blue.
Vapor of this viscous
Oxygen.
fluid could maybe be having a different
I don't-
effect. I don't
I
know.
don't feel like I'm hallucinating, for one thing. I don't feel high or dizzy or anything. I feel
I
We
completely
see it too,
rational.
so it's not you.
This would be easier if we had symptoms of hallucination. This is just
I'm working on it.
baffling.
Let's make
Okay,
this
buddy.
easy. Would the sociopath please raise his hand? Oh, there he is.
All of a sudden,
Uh,
I started
What do
hearing
we
Slim
what do we want
Shady
to do
play.
first? Just check out the helicopter, or do we want to check?
check.
We need to find Linda first. Let's go.
Hey, we
let's go look at
can't
the-
get Linda to safety if we don't have a helicopter.
Let's go look at the footage
But
and
I
see
can
if
do
somebody
first-
comes
but I
up
can do
behind
first
it.
aid.
I want to see the footage to get both a look at the radio room, and also Jerry's skin was found in was it in his dorm?
It's in his
In
room,
his room.
so yeah.
In a shower.
Yeah, so let's
There's
look at the footage of like the hallway that leading to his room. That way we can rule out if someone went in or out of his, because presumably these places
Okay,
only
yeah.
have a front door.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys head to the control room to kind of take a look at the security footage.
On the
For-
way out,
Yeah.
sorry, I was just going to ask. We were like in like the mess hall in the kitchen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would there have been any way I could have lagged behind a little bit and found like a knife that might have been like hanging around or something somewhere?
Give me a luck roll.
Why are you asking me for these?
Serial killer.
I don't know the rest of you. Oh God, it's already messed up. No.
It just there doesn't happen to be any. You find a little paring knife.
Okay. I want to tuck it into like my pocket.
Okay.
A small paring
All right.
knife in my pocket.
Okay.
I
and
don't
then
normally.
Bruce-
I don't. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I don't normally put on my tool belt till I'm actually on the job, but I'm putting on my tool belt.
Okay. So you guys are heading up to the control room then. You get there to take a look at the security footage. Starting off with looking at Jerry's hallway. As you kind of run through the footage, you see around 11:30 or so at night, you see Jerry coming down the hallway and entering into his room. and he shuts the door. As you watch throughout the rest of the night's kind of footage, I'm assuming you're going kind of fast forward to kind of skim through it. You notice that about at 3 o'clock in the morning, you don't see anything in the hallway, but the door to Jerry's room opens up and closes. And about 2 hours later, it opens up again and closes. You don't see anyone. And then around 7:30, you see then Colton coming down the hallway, banging on the door, and you do see as his fist goes through the door. And there's a strangeness to his hand when it happens.
What the hell is that?
Back that up. Back that up.
Yeah, play that again.
Was that like a fucking glitch or something? What was that?
I'm staring at the screen like, what
Colton,
the
do you have a hammer, a sledgehammer?
I thought I was imagining that. I mean, there like a lot of like the dude has no skin. There's no dude. There's just skin. But I
Look,
Colton, let me see your hand.
We've all seen The Thing. Are you going to change into something and eat us?
This isn't like a fucking fairy tale. Like that doesn't happen.
It just doesn't happen here, okay? Like, I think we're in the situation where things like this don't happen. So,
okay. All right. It's like I'm not worried about it. There's 4 of us to 1 of him. I'm gonna check the footage on for Linda.
Okay.
I'm
just
keeping
doing
my
this to my
eyes on
hand.
Colton.
Okay.
I'm just doing this constantly with my hand, whether people are noticing or not. I'm just clenching it and just like trying to shake it
I'm
off.
noticing.
just giving you like the most suspicious side eye. Like,
Colton, since you're doing that, why don't you give me a con roll while you're at it?
No. See what my con is. So I moved everything. That's just a regular pass.
Okay. All right. Nothing happens then.
What does Colton look like, by the way?
Okay. Well, Colton, he's about 5'10". He's got kind of like sandy, unkempt blonde hair. Like it looks like hasn't brushed his hair in like months. In all honesty, it's like the worst case of bedhead. If you've seen him at any time, he has like a small chip in his tooth, but if he smiles, it's kind of got like the charming look of like almost like Matthew McConaughey or Brad Pitt when they were younger in like Fight Club or something like that. So he's a good looking guy, about 5'10". He's not big by any stretch of the imagination. He's just kind of thin. So he's not really an intimidating looking guy at all.
I know from experience, because my character is quite strong, although he doesn't look like it. It's definitely a workman's type strong, not bodybuilder type strong. It's like, it's any match for my character. My character's got an 80.
You're both roughnecks, so
yeah.
I don't know how to answer that. Like from just looking at.
Well, I mean that's out of game. I mean, if I was going to rate his strength from say up to 100, what would I rate his strength as?
Nah.
What's his power level at?
All right.
Like how
Anyway.
stubborn do you think?
Anyway, I doubt you guys have had
big.
you guys have not had an opportunity to wrestle one another yet at this point.
Yeah, okay.
So who knows where that will end up? That'll be up to Caleb and Colton to decide if they ever wish to do so. But Caleb, as you guys are now scrubbing through the tape of for Linda, you kind of notice it was because remember it was around 9:30 that Linda gave the notice about the storm coming through, and then that's when she starts playing Riders of the Storm. So at 9:32, 9:33, you do see Linda up in the radio room, and she just kind of dancing away, listening to kind of the music, just kind of she's in her groove type of thing, just kind of enjoying the music. Next thing you know, though, is she is being just slammed. You don't see anything else. There's no one else in here, but you see her slammed up against the console, and then she is kind of lifted up by her feet, hanging upside down. And then you see what seems to be an opening in her throat, and blood just kind of gushing out of her body. And then you see the body just kind of being carried by the feet. You don't see anything else in there, carrying that out of the room. And then that's when you don't see anything else because there's just steps down out onto the main landing from there.
Like a scene from Predator.
What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
The fuck did
Like,
that
well,
sound like?
Before we do
what the
sanity
hell?
rolls,
God.
it's like, what was that? What time was that?
Sanity?
That 9:30, 9:35, and that would be a sand roll for everybody who saw that.
Yes, exactly.
Dude, there's something invisible
Fail.
on this ship.
I'm about to
Ooh.
lose my mind.
D3.
Okay, that was almost a fumble.
2. Okay.
I got an +6, so I'm good.
Yeah,
3.
Me too, so I'm okay.
3 Sandy as well.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
How much if you pass?
Pass, just take one.
Okay.
It's like there's somebody invisible.
I don't know if that's a somebody. That looks. I mean, how many people do you know that can do that?
I don't know, but it's something invisible. And
Yeah,
it's,
that's for sure.
It's when you lose a
Okay.
fifth is when you start tripping and going insane, right?
Now,
if you use five
Okay.
five
More at
points in a
once.
single roll.
As well,
okay, so
because I'm getting closer.
unless a thing or whatever standing up on somebody, it would have to be tall enough to hold her upside down and slit the throat. How
Yeah,
tall
you
would
would
I estimate
guesstimate
be?
that entity would have to probably be about 7, maybe 8 feet tall.
Or there's more than one, or they're somehow
Good
computer
piggyback.
deleting themselves from the picture.
Well, look, at this point, what does it matter? They're both dead. We're the only ones left here. We might as well get out of here, right?
Yeah, what time did that happen as well? Do we know? Is there a timestamp in the bottom?
Oh,
Yeah,
a
pretty
little
close
after
to when she
9:30, a
did.
little after she
Mhm.
made the announcement that the storm was coming. Because she was dancing
Nice.
to the song that she played for you guys.
Okay.
Fuck all of this. Let's get on the helicopter and get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
let's
you're a
get
man
that.
after my
Honestly,
own
I
heart.
think
Let's
I'm
go.
of the same mind.
Okay.
Hell with this place. I get a job flipping burgers, Baron. Let's go.
Okay. You get to helicopter. Casper, you start doing your kind of safety check, your routines, kind of checking everything. One thing you notice, though, as you're getting things ready, your compass is spinning like a top.
I was just going to ask. Navigation's not working.
Well,
Don't have
Okay,
the
I
old-fashioned
can-
method because we can't see the sun in the sky, right?
yeah, but we
Can I-
know
We've been
we know what
working
time
here
of day,
for a
we know
while.
approximately where it's supposed to be.
Can I try
Dude.
radioing for the shore? Coast
Yeah,
Guard?
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can do that.
Mhm.
If
Yeah,
we've been here
you
for a
radio
while,
in.
Shouldn't we know?
Go ahead, Colton.
I was just gonna say, if we've been here for a while, shouldn't we know like shores that way?
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
we
That
can
way.
guess that.
Like
Mhm.
go far enough that way, you're gonna hit, like something.
Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit Texas
It's hard not to
eventually.
hit Texas. Yeah.
You head north because you guys are 200 miles off of you guys are 200 miles off of Galveston. So you go 200 miles north, you're going to hit Galveston, or you're going
Hit
to
the
hit the
United
Texas coast.
States. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But Casper, you said you wanted to radio in to you
Right.
get you hear as you radio in. Excuse me, Cat. I need that. Right where you're sitting. All right. You radio in. Yeah, this is Sabine Pass station. This is Seaman Hollister. What can I do for you?
Being passed, this is Spindletop Gamma. We are experiencing some very strange events, and there have been. We need to evacuate immediately.
Whoa! You said Spindletop what?
Spindletop Gamma, the oil
What are you
rig,
talking?
200
You
miles
talking
south
about
of.
the? You talking about the museum?
What do you mean museum? There's no
The
museum.
Spindletop Museum.
No, we're decommissioning the station. We are getting ready to blow it, but we have to evacuate.
Station. What are you talking about? Station? Is this some sort of you know we're in the middle of a war right now. We don't need all of this strange stuff going on. You're not working with the Japs, are you?
What are you talking about? This is Spindletop Gamma. We are an oil rig off the coast of Galveston, about 200 miles. We need to evacuate.
Matt, have you been drinking? You need to get off this. We're going to have to send somebody to arrest you if you don't get off this channel.
Let them come, honestly.
I just keep repeating what I'm saying. A registry of 409621359J. I give them the coordinates.
Give them today's date.
What are you on a ship? What are you talking about?
No, we're on an oil rig. Who is this?
I told you this is Seaman Hollister of the Sabine Pass Station. We're in a time of war, mister. You better not be causing any trouble.
What war? We don't
What are you
haven't
talking
heard about
about?
any war.
The Japs attacked Pearl Harbor just last week.
That's World War II. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the surprise attack that just happened. The president and Congress has just declared war against the Japanese, and now we're about to be at war with the Germans as well.
How long have we been out here?
That's ancient history, dude. What? Are you pranking me? What the hell? We have an emergency situation.
Lieutenant, I got some crazy guy on here. Yeah, it's okay, Seaman. This is Lieutenant J.G. Clark. What's the problem out there?
Situation. We have an emergency situation. We are on the Spindletop Gamma oil rig, 202 nautical miles from Galveston at area code at longitude this, latitude that. We need to evacuate immediately.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. We don't put oil rigs out on the water.
Sir, we don't understand what's going on. We were sent out. We're out here to decommission this oil rig. And
I don't know what to tell you, sir. All I know is we're in a state of war. Japan has attacked us. President Roosevelt has put us on alert, and we have to be on careful of anything that's happening around here. And we do not have time for your prank calls, sir.
What, sir? From our perspective, the year is 2024. It's September. No, I'm sorry. Is that right?
September.
It's Wednesday.
I don't know what to tell you, sir. You're mistaken. This is 23rd of December, 1941. I think you need to sober up a little bit.
That's old history. We are getting on our helicopter and heading towards the coast.
You're on a what?
A helicopter.
Sir, please don't use this channel. We need to keep this free for necessary emergencies.
What the fuck? What the fuck's going on? You're not going to convince me that it's sometime in the past. You're talking about 60 years in the past. We know all about World War II.
I don't know what you're calling World War II. We're being invaded right now, sir. I need you to stay off this channel until you sober up. And if you do spot any German or Japanese U-boats, we would be happy to receive any reports that you might have. But until then, I'm going to ask you to get off this channel.
Well, I turn off the radio. I say, fuck them. We're going in anyway. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Just out of curiosity, I turn to so-and-so, so-and-so. I'm going to turn into one of the ham channels that my grandfather said that they used to use during World War II when they were doing the Coastal Watch.
You hear expected chatter for that.
If this is a gag, it's a damn extensive one.
But we're in the fucking Twilight Zone.
I mean,
they wouldn't know what that was because that hasn't been on TV yet.
Yeah, I know. What's the range of your helicopter?
Well, 200 miles is not a problem at all.
Okay. But if we
Let's
can't
go.
land, yeah, okay.
Well, there's
Well, we'll land
people talking
eventually.
out there. We'll land eventually somewhere.
Well, somewhere, yeah,
We'll land in
okay.
fucking Galveston, downtown Galveston, if we have to.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not like we have to land on an airstrip, so yeah.
This is
Okay.
damn peculiar.
All right. Which direction do you want to go?
North.
All right. Which direction's north? Your compass is spinning around.
Yeah, but we know the orientation of the
Okay.
The
What do you think is
platform.
north?
yeah, what we
Okay.
think is north.
All right.
Okay.
If okay, I could put 60 into navigation. That'd be enough for Dead Reckoning, right?
Well, don't worry about it. I've already got 70 in.
Okay.
That's
all right.
one of my pilot things that I already had.
Okay. You start flying what you believe to be due north. And you fly. You're at 250 miles. You still haven't hit any
Huh.
land.
Nothing. What the hell?
Does the sea change at all? The scenery?
Black is ink still. Gray. There is no, you don't see any islands. You don't see any landmarks. You don't see anything. There's not even a cloud in the sky. It's just gray skies and inky black, non-reflective water
So
beneath.
really all we're seeing is gray and black in all directions.
in all directions.
How
Um,
how long
Casper,
before you
what the
have to
fuck
turn
is going
back?
on? Why aren't we home?
well, my next question is, how far can we go on a tank of gas?
I will say you are just about at your midway point.
We're going to have to turn around and head back. Although finding back is going to be just as hard now.
It's like, what do you
There's no
mean? Like, you're the
landmarks.
pilot.
There's no landmarks. There's no navigation. There's no. I figured
like-
we'd have to hit Texas at some point.
It's like you said, we're in the Twilight Zone. There's just gray and black.
Wait, are
and
we in the
rig.
Bermuda Triangle? No, are we?
No, that's
You're a
all.
good distance away. Wrong side of the Gulf.
You're a
You
little
gotta be on the
far
other
off,
side
but
of Florida.
I don't
Anybody
know.
know
Sabrina, what's your call?
I don't know. This whole situation has me sketched out.
If we turn around now, we may or may not find the rig. I'll try to go back in exactly the same direction, but the orientation's completely. It's based on not a single landmark of any kind
I mean, at this rate, we're going to run out of fuel and
in
plummet.
about 45 minutes.
So let's do what we can.
So if you're trying to head back, I will ask Casper for a navigation roll now at this
Okay.
point, because you are trying to get back without really having anything to go by.
Yeah, and I'll tell the guys that they've got to keep a lookout in all directions for the rig, because we might be coming back towards it, but we could be off by a few miles. You might be able to see it off in the distance.
won't those rigs, don't they typically also have like those really long, like blinking light?
They would,
Yeah.
but you have to be within range to see them. But yeah,
And
Yeah,
it's
I
just
kind of
built it
daytime
for a
right
while.
now.
Is visibility pretty good out here? Like you said,
it's
there wasn't
clear
any fog.
skies.
So
It's clear
Clear
skies.
skies,
It's
just-
just gray skies.
So
Yeah.
we should be able to
And
see like a
flat
little
as a
blue blinking
pancake.
light.
yeah. Anybody know what Rod Serling would say?
So he'd say, yeah, consider this. So my navigation is 70 and I got an 89. I will have to spend, 19 points? Oh my God. I shouldn't have spent 25 points earlier.
No, you shouldn't have.
Okay, what are you down to, like 10 or 11?
Can I help him? If
I am
put
at
something in
9.
navigation, can I help him out?
No.
You guys are helping
God.
out. You guys are looking.
Yeah. Those that are looking, I would appreciate a spot hidden from you. Those that are doing the on the lookout.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, I got a
I'll make
hard
that
on
one
that.
of my 40s.
Yeah, I'll go
I
ahead
think I got a
and
hard.
a 50
No,
on that.
I'll go ahead and spend the 5 and make that a hard.
I got a regular
I've
success.
got hard as well.
So all of you then who succeeded do see off in the distance, probably about maybe 20 miles out or so, because you've got good visibility because everything is just flat out there and it's clear skies. But you see off in the distance, there's this enormous viper-like creature that's kind of twisting, kind of a worm or rope-like body with a large, giant, leathery wing that seems to be kind of flapping about.
What the fuck?
You should
What
never
the hell is
test
Godzilla
themselves.
doing out here?
And they can see this 20 miles away.
About 20 miles away, yeah. It's just barely off in the distance that you can see it. But that does require a sand roll, by the way.
What the hell is that thing?
Do we all see it when you're pointing it out, or do only the people who passed? See
Only
it?
the people
I can't
that
see it.
passed.
I'm driving. So
Okay.
Okay,
I
17,
passed.
142.
I failed.
I passed.
I've been failing all my sandy rolls.
Okay. Those who succeeded take 1 point of sanity. For those that failed, I need 1d10.
Oh god.
oh no.
Okay. Well, that's 10.
Are you ready to?
That's 10.
Sounds like an
Roll.
interval.
Yeah, roll an int roll.
Yep.
He's gonna jump out of the helicopter.
Man. I put my 80 in intelligence. And that's a pass.
That's a pass.
Yeah, I know
All right.
what's going on.
How do you think your character would respond to recognizing that there are evil creatures out in the world that are bent on your death and destruction and will eat you like a kaiju? Kaijus are real for you now.
Best case scenario, staring out into the distance, catatonic, like just processing, like this is a thing that exists in the world with me that might eat me.
Catatonia would be a reaction too.
Yeah. All right. So you will be
Completely
catatonic
stupefied.
for probably, I would say probably for the next hour. You're just kind of staring out into the distance, just kind of mumbling to yourself, "Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You guys, thanks to
Up,
Casper
Sonny.
spending his luck,
There it
you
is.
are able, you see off in the distance, just as you're coming in on fumes, Casper, you're able to set back down onto the rig.
Jesus.
That
Oh
was
my
way too
god.
close.
Congratulations, we're back to where we started.
Well, we would be dead right now if we went in any other direction.
If
You
we went in the
saw
opposite
that.
direction, might have actually hit like land.
You saw that thing too, didn't you?
What thing?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw it.
the kaiju.
The giant fish.
What the fuck is a
Whatever
kaiju?
the
Shark.
hell it
You
was.
guys are you guys are hallucinating. Let's get on back on board the ship. I don't know what the
If they are 3 of us are hallucinating. I saw it too.
Dude,
Surely
Yeah,
there
I
are
don't know what a
lifeboats
kaiju-
here. Can
I
we
don't know
like,
what a kaiju is.
seriously.
It's a leviathan.
like if there are
Let's-
lifeboats, can't we just like paddle that way? Like I know it'll take fucking forever, but there's
there's-
at least 5 of
I
us.
wouldn't recommend paddling a boat through.
Well, we go in the opposite
that-
direction than the one we just flew, and we should find something.
Maybe. Still, before we try that, we should lower a lifeboat to see if it even can withstand the goop, or if it'll just melt. Because I'd rather not find out while I'm on the boat.
Yeah, and there's still plenty left because everybody got flown off. So
Well, either that or they took them all off. Why sink the lifeboats? You could use them somewhere else.
We surely we've left at least a couple.
I would
I
like.
know you're going to hate me for this, but that sounds like a group luck roll.
Who's got the worst luck?
No.
Oh no.
It's you, Tom. Got
You got 9.
9.
Can I give him some of mine?
Oh, come on, lucky dice. 78.
Yeah, the cheapskates of Lone Star Petroleum already removed them to be used on another rig that wasn't going to be sunk.
Those bastards. Oh my God. They killed us.
They figured
we
there's
can-
only a handful that we could all get on the helicopter. Holy shit.
How the hell are we supposed to
we
get
can
out
show
of here?
you.
We only have so much food. We're out of beer.
Well,
All
we
right,
can.
just
I can.
calm
I
down.
can refuel the helicopter, but I don't know where we're going to go.
We just need
Did
to wait for all of this to clear away.
any of you happen to read Dante's Inferno? This sounds a lot like hell.
The
from
video game?
there. The book. Colton, read one, would you? Sorry.
Oh,
Seeing a giant
I
Leviathan does that to me.
I think there's going to be a period now where we all just sit and stare at each other for a while.
Yeah, we're a bit bewildered and just pondering the gravity of our situation.
Can we see the kaiju from here?
No, because it was going off in a different direction. But
Oh,
as you
fine.
guys are all staring at each other, you are more than free to give me a listen roll.
Oh.
I'm gonna go ahead and use that
That
as one of
sounds
the.
so nice.
Oh yeah, I got to put
Okay.
something in
Failed.
it.
I can't hear shit.
I got 15 out of 40.
Okay, I'm gonna put a 60 on that.
So hard.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Were we rolling listen?
Yeah.
Listen, yeah.
Okay.
I put
Oh.
40 in it.
I'm failing
11.
everything.
I'll put another 50 in that one.
You've got 60s to throw into things.
I'm
Okay.
saving my
Being
60, okay?
All right. Who succeeded? Who succeeded?
I did. I got 11 out of 60.
Okay, so someone got is that a hard or is that an
That's
extreme?
I don't know. Let me
extreme.
plug it in. Let me plug it into the thing.
If you had a 60, I think that would be an extreme, but I'm just
I got a hard.
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. For those that got a success, you start to hear what you're guessing would be kind of the sound of a insect kind of swarm kind of sound.
Yeah.
Those
It's extreme.
that those that got a hard or extreme, there is a certain rhythm to it. And for the one person that got an extreme, you would almost think it sounded like some form of language, the way that the cadences and the rhythms were to it. And for that, I think that requires a little bit of a sand roll then, Caleb.
Nope. Okay, I failed.
All right, just a D3.
Okay. 2.
All right.
Sure, that sounds like a language almost.
Talking about.
I don't know that sound. That sound. It sounds.
The bugs. Sounds like bugs, like a swarm of bugs.
Do we hear it?
Yeah.
Now that they pointed out.
Yeah, it does.
Now
It
they
sounds
pointed
like
out,
that
you'd be
too.
able to hear
But
it.
Wait a minute. Bugs mean land. But
I
how
hope.
the hell are they out here?
I don't know. It's weird too. It's kind of got a rhythm to it.
that's what I'm talking about. That cadence.
There's no land in limbo. And
Fuck
I
this.
think,
I'm gonna go make a pizza.
yeah, I think
know
something
oil
might just
rigs
go
don't-
into.
Did we
Same.
drift? I know oil rigs don't drift, but did we drift?
No, we
No,
didn't
we
drift.
didn't drift.
We're anchored
This-
to the floor ground.
We're anchored. I'm gonna get to. I don't know. I'm gonna get to make sure like there's no windows into this room, right?
I say
I'm
we
assuming you
send
guys are
maydays.
still outside.
Yeah, we were.
Let's get inside.
I'm heading
Let's
for
get
the
inside.
galley.
I'm
Okay,
going. I'm gonna go in and start doing my best Hail Marys and and
Do they have a
Lord's
rate?
prayers.
do they have like a radio room where like you can actually
Yeah.
transmit from? I know you use Didn't you?
Well, that's where
Linda's
Linda
dead.
was. That's where Linda's
That's
blood is
where
at.
Linda was.
We need to go set out a Mayday. Mayday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And get further than whatever the hell you were talking to. Like,
I'll go
you were
with
just
you,
barely
Colton.
reaching.
Let's go to
Anybody
the
else want to
radio
go
room.
with us?
Yes.
My pizza's in the microwave, so it'll be ready.
I'll get it for you.
Okay.
All right. So just so I know, so Colton and Casper and Caleb are heading towards the radio tower. Sonny, you're going to go pick up Casper's pizza out of the kitchen. And what is Sabrina doing?
I think I'm going with Sonny to go and get the pizza out of the kitchen so he's not alone.
Okay. Let's go with Sonny and Sabrina. As you guys are heading towards the kitchen, you have to pass by kind of the first aid room. And as you do, you notice as you're beginning to approach, as you're walking down the hall to get there, you notice that there is kind of a green light that seems to be emanating out of the nurse's office there.
Ooh.
And you do have to
Question.
go by it, by the way, to get to the kitchen. But yeah.
Would this be something that chemistry might help in? Out of curiosity, I'm trying to think of a skill that I might use to identify why there's a green light.
Well, from the distance, I mean, it could just simply be, it could be something fluorescent or phosphorescent. It could be simply someone's got a green light bulb that's putting off that color. It could be a couple of things unless you're a lot closer to it.
Okay.
Some Scooby-Doo shit. Let's proceed with caution and take a peek in. We have to walk by it anyways.
Mhm.
Okay. As you're walking by, as you kind of get closer, it sounds like there is some sort of machinery that is operating in there.
Hmm.
Is there usually a machine in here in the first aid room?
Not that would sound like this. So it doesn't sound like a heart monitor or anything like that. It sounds more like some more mechanical sounds.
Okay, maybe I'll just and peek in real quick.
Okay. When you do, as you peek in, you see Linda Vasquez's head sitting in this contraption. And there are wires that are coming out of her head and going into this machine on the wall. I think that requires a sand roll from Sunny.
Does it matter? I'm already indefinitely insane. But I'll do roll it anyway.
I was
Okay.
peeking as well, so I'm definitely going to end up seeing this.
Okay.
I actually passed this one with an extreme.
Oh, good. Just lose 2 more points.
Okay.
I failed.
That I haven't.
All right. Give me a D6 on that one.
Oh no. 5. Well, know what that means.
Int roll.
Okay, I actually failed the int roll with a 91.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. All right, then. Yeah. So that's kind of what you guys, Sabrina and Sunny, you see as you enter the room.
You know what? I'm just gonna turn around and be like, we are in hell. This is limbo, and just keep walking to the galley.
Yeah, this is hell. That seems like the only reasonable explanation. We're in purgatory.
There's no pizza in hell.
So it's not so
there
bad, right?
is. There's just really, really bad pizza.
Purgatory.
No beer anymore either because Colton drank it all.
It's about to be a bigger issue now that there is no more beer for Colton to drink.
All right. Caleb, Colton, Casper, you guys are heading off to the radio room. You arrive there, and of course, there is, like I said earlier, about 2 liters worth of blood that is currently kind of drying and congealing that's up in there.
Is it on the place where she sits?
Not on her chair, because remember, as I kind of described it, something has shoved her face against the her machinery. So there is a little bit of blood on the controls, and then it pulled her away and turned her upside down and bled her out.
Is it working?
Yeah, paper towel. Do we have like? Aren't there like clothes or like things that we could just throw on top of it? Just kind of walk
Yeah.
over the top of it.
Maybe there's a mop. Ew.
Yeah, I won't make you do a luck roll for that, but yeah, there's some out there.
Okay, I'm gonna flip on the radio and Mayday, Mayday. This is Spindletop Gamma. Coordinates. We have an emergency. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday.
Just static.
I'm on the emergency channel too.
Mhm.
But
Just static.
Mayday. I will continue to monitor it and repeat every 3 minutes the same thing.
If
I don't know what actual procedure would be, but whatever
Right.
the procedure.
Yeah, you would know what it is. That's fine. But yeah, there's no response. It's just static on the line.
does
No
it sound like
response.
something's broken?
Why don't you check a couple of the other things and then set up a loop? Set your message up on a loop.
The thing is, legally they have to answer. So, why are they not answering? Why is nobody answering? Every ship
That's what
on
I
the
wanna
ocean
see.
has to answer.
Test another frequency and see if we're getting anything on any frequency.
Yeah, maybe
Well-
something's broken. We could fix it.
I'll flip some of the other channels. Anything?
Static.
Flip to like the Morse code channel. See if there's anything. Nothing.
You do hear Phil beep 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 beep.
Oh, we got
beep.
Morse channel. There's some ham radio people out there doing that. Does anybody know with Morse code? Oh, I wonder, would that be like intelligence roll?
I would say that's more of an edu roll.
Okay.
I really hate saying this, but if they have like Morse code, don't they usually actually have to have like a journal or a ledger or something right there that would be actually
Yeah.
near like the transmitting station so that they would be able to understand what is going
Mm.
on?
Not necessarily. I rolled an 09.
Okay, well, never mind.
Okay. And I've talked to people who do Morse code, and they say that after a while, you don't even hear the dots and dashes. You hear the words because sounds like the word, to them. So, yeah, I probably have a piece of paper. I'll just start writing it down.
Okay.
Is this
Um,
World War
you
II?
hear as you're listening, you're writing it down. It doesn't quite make sense to you.
Makes no sense.
Because it says HMS Titanic requests help with the coordinates.
The hell?
And that was before World War II.
That's 1912.
It was like in the 90s when they made that movie. What do you mean?
No, it was a real event that took place. This doesn't
You're
make any
bullshitting
sense.
me.
They're not even sending the SOS because they're sending
No, Colton.
the pre SOS. Holy shit! No, it's the Twilight Zone. It's the fucking Twilight Zone.
Can we boost the signal? Maybe it's not reaching far enough. Like we went 250 miles in the right direction, but we didn't hit it. Maybe it's not reaching far enough. Can we make like a booster?
This rig up here, we should be able to bounce signals off the moon and anywhere on the planet. It's like there's no satellites either. There's no satellite transmission at all. It's dead.
How far away are we getting signal from Leo?
What are we getting? Can I triangulate? I guess I can't triangulate. Whatever I would do to find out where the signal.
Well, the
It's coming
coordinates that you're hearing, you would know as you looked at if you look at a map, it's in the North Atlantic.
North Atlantic. So we're getting them from at least, 5,000 miles away, I guess. Are we trapped in a time bubble? Now it's all starting to sound like fucking science fiction.
No, we're on an like
giant
none of this shit
kaiju's out in the ocean, and the water is black, and this is like some Stephen King bullshit.
I don't think any of this like Matt. We just need to get the fuck out of here. I don't
But
care
where do we
what's
go?
going on. I don't
Where
care
do we
how.
go? I
Pick a
don't want to
direction.
get I don't want to get in a lifeboat on that ocean.
Do we figure out if something's going to melt or whatever, or go all Jerry on us? Like, can we put a boat? in
Maybe
this?
maybe we're already all dead, and this is just like our punishment.
He takes a step back and just kind of.
I'm going to take a sanity roll. I'm freaked out.
It's really religious.
I think Colton would take a sanity roll
fine.
for that too, because that's a severe fear for him.
I'm trying to throw myself into rationalizations, but
Yeah.
my sanity, I'm fine.
What would for Caleb to would he need history or occult to know if there was any legends about this particular area? And like, oh, sailors avoid this area because of because they say so and so happened, or
You wouldn't.
Coast of Texas.
Yeah, it's the
Pirates?
isn't
well,
anything.
no, I mean that particular spot on the coast off the coast of Texas. Yes,
Yeah, there's not really anything.
nothing. Okay, all right. Well,
Maybe
there's
pirate
no
ships
legends
down
about
there
this area.
somewhere.
Oh well, I mean
Something.
Galveston, yes, of course there was certainly
So there's
Uh,
so we have no boat
pirates
to go that
at
way.
one point.
This
so-
is
We can't
This
make
is-
anything. Like, I mean, do we have extra fuel for like the helicopter stored on this thing?
we've got fuel. But
Yeah, there'd be fuel.
where do we
We
go?
have fuel for about another 2 trips, basically.
I know you might not like this idea. If we figure out a direction and go that way, is there a way we can refuel in the air? Like have someone like,
No.
I don't know, Mission Impossible, this shit like in the back and like pouring gas. I don't know. I don't care. Just
No, it's a helicopter.
Go.
It doesn't feel like that. Look, either we die here or we die on the sea, or somebody comes to rescue us. Maybe this is temporary. We don't want to
have
do
enough
anything
rations
rash
to
because, you know,
last.
we've still got food.
But for how long?
By the way, my pizza's probably ready.
Bing. we
We
hear
can,
it all the way from over there.
I don't know. I'm gonna throw my hands up and say I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm gonna go eat my pizza.
Yeah, just put the SOS on the loop and let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Hey, your pizza's ready. Also, we found Linda.
What? Oh my God! They found Linda. Quick, let's go and ask her what happened.
she's dead.
She's a head
He
in the
didn't-
jar now.
He didn't.
What?
What?
What? Sonny, I didn't
She's
get
a head
that.
in
What
a
the
jar
fuck?
now. She is a head in a jar now.
This is
Sabrina?
Silence of the Lambs.
What's he talking about?
Well, let's go
It's
find out.
true. She's her head. It's in a jar and it's glowing. I don't have. I think we're in hell.
Purgatory.
Well,
There's
let's-
pizza.
Whatever. Let's go. We got to find out what's going on.
Can I meet him a bit halfway and just go back and think like, oh, right, this thing has wires. Maybe I should see what Linda's hooked up to.
Show us.
I
Show
am
us this.
standing
Yeah.
outside the room. I don't want
I'm-
to look at this
I'm
thing
not
anymore.
looking
I'm
at
shell
it.
shocked.
I'm not going to look at it. Period.
I
I'm gonna go get
have-
the pizza.
According to my chart now, I have 60 in electronics. So I want to
How
take a look at
convenient.
this thing.
Okay.
I was gonna say I've got 17 electrical repair. I was like, might as well.
All right. Give me your rolls for that.
That'll be
got
an
it.
extreme. I
I
believe.
got an extreme 2 004.
All right.
Nice.
Oh, both of you. All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's a She's a
Oh.
she's a blender.
I have to spend 1 point to look at that, but why not? I'll do it.
Not quite, but as you're looking and kind of examining what's going on, she seems to be broadcasting through whatever it is that she's hooked up to. And as you're patching into those signals, it is talking about some strange Seaman Hollister at Sabine Pass and giving out the coordinates of the Titanic requesting assistance.
What the fuck?
Are you telling us that she's the one who was talking to us? Pretending to be?
That's what it seems to be.
So we are being pranked.
We're being pranked by a head in a jar in limbo.
She's being used. Linda Gal, come on. Can you hear me?
That is a good place for us to end for tonight.
Holy shit.
Damn it. There's so much good, like.
I feel like we're trapped on an oil rig in the middle of nowhere.
You know what? This would be fucking terrifying. Like complete
Sky is
isolation.
gray.
I mean, that's
That's the
why.
reason why you guys are losing all this sand.
That's why I've already lost it all. I'm just like,
Nowhere to go. Nowhere to get away. All right. Our players included Sham Sabin, Leslie Schaefer, Dakota Poole, Brandon Eubank, and myself with Thomas Bailey as the Keeper of Arcane Lore. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members. You can set up private games. You can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you'd like to show us your appreciation, please visit our Patreon page, or you can use the thanks button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.